Welcome, Josh and Johnny Boy here with J Talk. We're going
Hey,
to be
what's going
coming
on,
at
people?
you.
What's going on? Happy
We're gonna be
Saturday.
talk- Happy Saturday for sure. We're going to be talking about some controversial subjects.
It's gonna be a good one.
We're going to be talking about
It's gonna be a good
this
one.
last 12 to 13 weeks of quarantine, man. Like, this is life changing for a lot of people. I mean, a lot of
Right.
people had their lives uprooted and thrown into chaos. Kids being home, maybe hours being reduced at work, maybe people getting fired from work. It's like, man, what a crazy situation.
Yeah,
And it's like, what do you do in that situation?
Mhm.
You know, and looking back at these few weeks, it's been, you know, you can either be on one side of the fence. There's two sides, really, right? It's like you're going to be in fear and listen to everything that the media says and tear and tear and tear, be scared, you know, or you can be like, all right, I need to find solutions to my own happiness. I need to find answers. How do I keep going in this without being a wreck, like an emotional wreck?
right. And like you said, it's tough, man. You have people that lost their jobs. You have people that, like you said, have kids at home and they don't know what to do. Maybe they're a single parent. You know, they got their kids at home, and then maybe they have their kids at home and they have to work too. You have people that are working way more than what they're used to, right? They're getting, all these overtime hours. It's messed with people's mental health. Just all this, this all came down at us at once. And I remember before the coronavirus started, or all the news started coming out, it was slowly coming out, and I was thinking in my head, and John, you could attest to this too. I was thinking, this is bullshit.
Right.
Happen from this.
Right.
It's just the common cold, blah, blah, blah. And then things started getting more serious, but just, and I try to keep an optimistic point of view in all these kind of scenarios. Like, I'm never gonna, let that affect how I go by my day-to-day life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it was starting to get more serious, but I still just try to be as positive as I can and just handle my business, because even if the coronavirus came and everything locked down, all that, I still have things I got to do, right? There's still things I got to take care of. I got to handle my business, is what it comes down to. So when it finally did hit, it was like you said, there was two sides to the fence. You got people who are super scared and fearful and let that pretty much control their whole entire life. Like it literally controlled her whole entire life. And then you have the other end of the spectrum of more of like the action takers who are like, all right, let's think of a plan. What am I gonna do if I possibly lose my job? What am I gonna do in this situation? And thinking of these solutions to the problems that we all knew we were gonna have to face. Some of you knew that you might lose your job. Some of you knew that, oh man, schools might be canceled, the kids might be home. And it's kind of like how you respond to those situations, how we responded, John and I, and that's how we're gonna start this off.
Right. And it's both sides are valid. I totally get it. Especially if you're listening to the news media, like 24-hour news cycle. It's like pure negativity on that. Like, how many people are dying? It's like things being shut down, kids going back to school. Don't go outside. Don't talk to other people. Don't even look at your neighbor. You'll get the virus. And I mean, that's scary, especially for somebody who's, maybe already sick. Maybe somebody's got like health issues. Like, we have a gal in here who's just beat cancer, and she's on chemo medication and she's on different medication, and she's scared to go outside, literally. Like, that's valid, but that she still pushed forward. She's still working out.
Right.
She's still working. She's still taking care of her body. And I feel like that's where the focus needs to be shifted. And that's where a lot of our members in Fitness Forward shifted their focus was, all right, where are the solutions? Very few people in our program are shifted towards that negative mindset. Yeah, we had some young kids who had to move back to their homes, to their parents' house, and we had some people who lost their jobs too. But they're still making an effort to get in the sessions, and they're still making an effort to stay as positive as they can. It's a necessary thing. Like, you can't just focus on that negativity. You have to be a solution oriented person. Otherwise, those problems are going to ruin your life. And 13 weeks, it's such a short period of time in the grand scheme of things. So far, it's been about 13 weeks, right? And everything is kind of getting back to normal. And like looking back, like what are some of the things that you did personally, Josh, or that you saw the members do in the Zoom workouts? What are some of the things that you saw that made them a little more successful?
Well, one is just doing the things that you were doing before. You know, obviously, if you lost your job, you're not going to be able to do what you were doing before. But for a lot of us, especially for me, it's just staying on that same schedule that I had before. You know, I have a lot more free time on my hands, and part of that is coming from, I'm not transporting from the gym and back to my apartment.
Right.
I lost a few clients that I was working with one-on-one, and now I'm working with them online. So it's kind of a different dynamic, and just trying to stay on that schedule. Like, all right, I'm still, I still have people to attend to in the classes. I can still be the best coach I can be, even if I'm just sitting in my apartment the whole entire day. And part of the 13 weeks, I wasn't even really able to work out how I wanted to. And that was kind of like, a hit towards me mentally, just for a little bit, because it was like, all right, my schedule was kind of flipped upside down. Right. But one thing that was really powerful for me is the Facebook group. The Facebook group helped me out a lot during this quarantine. I know it helped, for those of you watching, helped you out a lot too, because you're able to see a community come together, and everyone has different things going on in the Facebook group. Like we talked about, some of you lost your job, some of you, are working more, some of you, are dealing with different issues that, maybe have slowed you down just a little bit, right? But seeing everyone in the Facebook group interacting with each other and coming into the workouts, I don't think I've seen more consistency than in the Zoom workouts, honestly. Like the 7 a.m. class, 12 p.m., 6 p.m., you guys have been so consistent in that class. Coming 5 days, and I'm sure, John, they're on the Saturday workout too.
100%.
Working out 6 days a week, right? On top of everything that was going on. But when all of this hit, I think, what is sold to us by the media and just all the stuff that you see outside is that your life will never be the same, right? You can never, the media,
the new reality.
Yeah, this is what your reality is now. You're going to be locked in the house. All the gyms are closed. You can't see your friends and family, so that's going to mess with your mental health. But I think my family got stronger during this time, right? Because personally, my family was doing going the extra effort to make sure everything was good. Hopping on Zoom calls and talking to each other.
Right.
Hopping on Zoom calls and talking to each other, having like Zoom happy hours.
Right.
I'm gonna be straight up. I haven't really even joined any of them. But the rest of my family has been pretty tight knit because of everything that has happened. And you were talking a little bit about the negativity that's put out there. How many videos did you see on the internet, like people fighting in bonds because of the coronavirus? Or like, people being racist towards, the Asian community because of the coronavirus.
Right.
Literally all this negativity and hate. So not only are they controlling us with the element of surprise, because that's like a tactic of war, right? The element of surprise. This coronavirus came out of nowhere and hit and blindsided us, and we didn't know how to react. Well, the action takers knew how to react, but there's a lot of people out there who are not so much as driven or as resilient as you are, right? Who got fucked up by this. They had no idea what to do. They got blindsided. So the element of surprise got us, some of us, right?
Right.
And then they started sprinkling in, divide and conquer, pretty much. Divide the people by, putting out all this hate. Oh, well, we need to send these people back. It came from China. Oh, it came from, all this racism stuff that made it even worse for a lot of us. But I'm getting off topic. Bringing it back to the Facebook group, that's what really kept me focused, because I'm seeing a lot of people in there that are keeping me accountable as a coach, but also you guys are keeping each other motivated and accountable. I'm seeing I'm seeing Monica post that in the Facebook group that she's getting 5 for 5. I'm seeing different people post that, oh, I love the chest workout. I love this. Or I just went on a run. We have Karina just had her baby, and she's posting how, like 2 days after she had her baby, she's already back working out, killing it, So
Seriously.
that kind of stuff has really kept me focused, just trying to keep the same schedule, and also even take a little bit of a step back, knowing that maybe I'm not going to be go and on top of every single thing, micromanaging every single thing. I mean, I improved in some ways, but also in other areas, they kind of just remain the same, or even like gotten worse. I'm sleeping a lot more.
That's great.
I haven't been waking up as early. You know what I'm saying? So in other ways, it's like I kind of put it on pause, but just trying to keep that same schedule.
Yeah, I'm 100% agreeing with you. I love the scheduling thing. Like people got their schedule flipped upside down, and their kids are at home, they're working from home. They got their husbands at home, whatever. And that was the biggest thing for me, was like keeping some sort of regularity in what you're doing. Like, yeah, I wasn't getting up at 4 a.m. anymore. Okay, that's kind of nice, actually. I was getting up at 5:36. So a little bit nice to sleep. I was still trying to get my workouts in the morning, whether it was with the Zoom workouts with you, or whether it was with doing my own running. And you're right, things are going to change. Like, members were shifting from crushing the weights in the gym and hitting PRs to now you have body weight or very lightweight stuff to use. And having the mentality to understand, okay, this is just a shift. I'm not completely stopping. Like, some people, they get in that situation and they completely stop. They're like a deer in the headlights. They don't know what to do. They've got fear in their mind. They can't go outside. They can't look at people. They can't go to the grocery store without getting harassed, for toilet paper. And focusing on the things that are going to move you forward, like taking care of your body, getting on a schedule, drinking your Graves drink, counting your calories, making sure you're not going over because you're sitting a little bit more. And those are the things that are going to have made our members successful in the past 13 weeks, is staying consistent with what you were doing. You might not be hitting the gym as hard with as much weights, right? But you're still super consistent. You're still getting in the workout. You're still moving forward. You're not focusing on the negativity. You're not focusing on the stuff, just the divide and conquer stuff, right? Like, oh, be scared, and the other side's not scared, and they're harassing the people that are scared, and don't go outside. No, go outside. Don't wear your mask. No, wear your mask. It's like you get all this divide and conquer. It's like they want us arguing so we don't focus on how to get out of this mess.
Right.
And they want to keep you, it's like they want to keep you in chains. Like, they want to keep you locked inside. They want to keep you a prisoner in your own house. They want to keep you fearful so that you rely on what they're saying and what they're doing. And that's not the right way to do it. And I think that's pretty messed up. You're messing with people's lives. But like you said, like, the Facebook group has been helping people, bringing the community together, keeping us a little more consistent, seeing other people going through struggles that are maybe harder than you, but they're still working out. Like, from giving birth to losing jobs, to having kids at home all day, to having now help your kids with like logging into their homework and doing all this stuff. Like, and they're still crushing it.
Yeah.
Like, that stuff keeps me motivated, because my life, I don't have kids. I'm not married. My life wasn't turned upside down in that case, but I can imagine if I did, that'd be tough.
That'd be tough.
And they're still getting it in. And I'm like, wow, if they're getting it in, I should be able to get in what I want to get in. And shifting from that mindset to that solution is so key. And seeing the members in this program switch over was just a big motivational piece for me. Like, okay, now Josh and I, we got to bring the value by doing the Zoom workouts, by doing the podcast, by upgrading and adding in new parts of the program, so that when you get back, you've got this cool new program to look forward to. Like, all that stuff is key. It's like a lot of gyms just stayed on cue. They weren't doing Zooms. Maybe they were 3 times a week, but we're doing it 3 times a day. They're not doing podcasts. They're not upgrading their program. They're not thinking about how to how to bring the benefits to the gym when we get back to it. And that's such a key thing. Like, how you got to focus on, all right, yeah, maybe it is a new reality, but it's going to be a better one. Like, how are we going to come out of this quarantine better? And that's such, like, we see our members getting better. They're working out. They're crushing it. They're losing weight. Tons of people are still texting me, wow, like, this is the leanest I've been. I'm like, whoa, that's awesome. I'm like, well, shit, I better upgrade myself. I better upgrade the gym. I better upgrade the program. I better upgrade the level of service, because, man, I got to keep up with these animals. And that's like the positive stuff you want to focus on instead of being like, oh, I hope people come back to the gym. Are they going to come back? No, I'm going to freaking upgrade so that they can't wait to get back. They're excited to get back. They're excited to come into the gym and start crushing it again as they've been crushing it these past 13 weeks. So that's staying positive is crucial.
Yeah, and like you said, you just had to shift your focus. You had the weights before, now you just have body weight. And I've had so many of you hit me up outside of the sessions or even in the session say, hey, Josh, I can do a push-up now. Like, why can you do what's one of the reasons why you can do a push-up now? It's because you shifted your focus. Now you're getting better at all the body weight kind of stuff, right? You're elevating your skills in a different area of your fitness. Right now, the body weight game is a lot better. You know, your conditioning is still there. A lot of you are hitting me up and telling me how you went on runs. You're posting in the Facebook group telling me how much you're running. You know, your focus has just been shifted to a different part of your fitness, and you can still be improving. The gym's going to open back up next week, and I wanted to hit this on the head before we even open back up the gym, is that I don't want you to go back to the gym with the mindset that you're going to be way worse. Right? I don't want you to have that mindset like, oh, well, I haven't been in the gym for so long. And I'm probably way weaker. I'm probably not going to be, I mean, let's be straight up. You're not going to be able to lift the same amount of weight as you did before, but the skills are still there. Your consistency and discipline is still there because you've been hitting these Zoom workouts, right? You still have been working out hard. So when you go back to the gym, yeah, we're going to transition you back in. You know, any smart program isn't just going to have you go balls to the wall right when you get back into the gym. But listen, a lot of you are still just as beast as you left, you know, as you left the gym. Right now, you're still just as beast. So when we open things back up, you need to have the mindset that, I can still push myself hard, right? I can still go hard. I'm not going to be, I'm too afraid to lift this and that because I haven't been lifting heavy weights. You know, it's going to come down to your mindset, how smooth that transition is going to be back to the gym. And I think for a lot of you, it's going to, you know, you're going to get that spark again when you hit those weights. You're going to get that spark again. And with the new Level Up program, you are going to see so much progress.
Right. And it's funny you say it because everybody's like, oh, I'm going to be so much weaker. I'm not going to be able to lift weights as much. I'm like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Like you might be a little bit weaker, but like you're still maintaining your muscle by lifting weights. Yeah. You're still maintaining like by even light weights. Like it's not like, you know, some of these guys have been working out for a year, 2, 3 years. And like, you think that a short couple months is going to totally regress you back to like before you started? No, because just like you said, it's not just about the weight you're lifting. It's about the skill sets that you've acquired through the discipline and through the obstacles overcoming, through lifting weights, through, you know, working through long hours at work and still getting in the gym, you know, having kids who are kind of annoying you right now and still hitting the gym. Like that kind of consistency is going to explode you past your previous, what you were doing in the gym. You think these people think, oh, I'm going to be weaker when they hit the gym. No, I think they might experience physical weakness for a week. Maybe they're not maybe they can't lift as much, but I'm assuming that within a couple weeks, 3 weeks, they're going to be crushing right past their PRs like they were hitting. Especially when we start implementing proper progressions through the Level Up program and proper strategies to progress, they're going to get even stronger. So it's I'm excited to see that change.
Yeah, I'm excited too. And you've developed so much resilience and ability to just overcome obstacles going through all this stuff because you're an action taker. You have that leadership mindset that's going to, you know, propel you over someone that's just spent this whole time. I can't do anything. You know, I'm stuck at home. You know, I lost my job. I can't work out. So I'm just going to sit here and do nothing. You know, I'm going to wait for my stimulus check. I'm going to collect my unemployment. And, you know, I'm actually making more off my unemployment than I was at my job. So I'm just going to ride this wave and then maybe I'll find a new job later. And like, you know, the mindset's it's all jacked up. And, you know, for those of you, I might be hitting home right now. Some people I might be hitting home right now. That's the truth. But then there's a lot of you that's like, no, I'm gonna get in these Zoom workouts, and I'm gonna find a way to make things work. And I'm gonna plan ahead for a couple months from now when the gyms open back up and life is back to normal. Oh, I'm gonna hit the ground running because I've already been a beast when times are the hardest. Right? For this 12 weeks, which is a short amount of time, right? 12 weeks. I've been broke
Right.
longer than 12. I've been broke for years, years
Yeah.
at a time. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember
Right.
when I was so broke, I had like negative dollars in my bank account at one
Oh,
point. I
that's
was
the
still
worst.
getting by. You know,
Yeah.
I was still getting my workouts in. You know what I'm saying? So you're John knows what I'm talking about.
I know, man. It's the
So you've developed this resiliency. So, you know, if you've been doing what you got to do, when the gym opens back up, you're going to be hitting the ground. You're going to be even more of a beast when that happens. So,
right.
I'm just
And
glad.
that's
Straight up, I'm just glad that things are getting back to normal, though. I don't want to be a boss
100%.
anymore.
Yeah. I mean, things are, look at that. March what, 18th, everything shut down, and now it's June. It's going to be like June 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, whatever day we open up. And
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
too.
Everybody's getting back to normal, and I'm excited to see you guys in the gym and crushing it. I'm excited to implement the Level Up program when we're finished with it. We're almost done with it. I'm still putting in a PDF and putting it together. So that's still going to take a couple more weeks, maybe 3 more weeks or so. But everything's looking good. I'm excited about getting you guys in the gym. We're going to keep it safe in the gym when we get back. We're going to have social distancing. Yes, we are. Okay. We're going to keep you guys separated.
Yeah.
We're going to have you guys lifting beast weights again, keep it clean. Luckily, everybody, as long as you're healthy, going to come in and work out. We're going to keep doing the Zoom workouts too for you guys, because obviously that's been a blast. We'll figure out how to manage them in the sessions, like the 7 a.m., the 12, and the 6. We'll figure that out. But it's going to be fun, and you guys are going to you guys are going to have a renewed energy when you're back in the gym. Think of this little 12-week sabbatical. It's like you took some time off away from the gym. It makes you appreciate the gym more. Makes you appreciate what you had. It helps build your discipline back up. Helps you focus on other areas that you were maybe struggling with. Like, shoot, man, I ran 900 miles in the past 3 months. 900 plus miles, and I can't wait to hit that small lap sprint or the big lap sprint. I can't wait to see what my numbers are at now, because I'm gonna hit a PR. Like, I don't care about my strength. I want to hit some conditioning PRs now. Like, I want to see how fast. Like, I'm gonna try to hit 4. I'm gonna try to beat Ethan and Seth. Like, that's my goal. Is I'm gonna beat Ethan and Seth on that big lap. So 445, 447. I'm coming after you.
Ain't no going back now, sir. This is on live. This is recorded right here. Ain't no going back.
Yeah.
I'm the exact opposite of you right now. Like, I haven't been running at all, but I'm gonna hit some strength PRs, 100%. I'm up a little bit of weight. I've been strength training for like the last month. Oh, and talking about coming back to the gym and how much strength you're gonna lose. I probably came back to the gym and lost like maybe 30 to 40 pounds on my back squat or whatever lift I was doing. 30 to 40 pounds, and then the next week I was the same strength. Right? I was the same exact strength the next week. Your body,
right?
You know how hard it is to build. You guys know how hard it is to build muscle, right? You know how hard it is to lose fat, but it's even harder to lose your progress if you're doing what it is, right? It's so hard to build muscle, but if you're just sitting there and eating like trash, right, and you're just not even moving, right? Even then, it's still going to take a long time for you to lose your muscle, right? Even then, if you were just chilling, right? So a lot of you have been putting in work, so you've been able to maintain your muscle and also increase in other areas. So when you get back to the weights, like, it's like a broken record. You're gonna be just fine. You're gonna be just fine.
And for somebody like you, losing 30 pounds on a back squat is absolutely nothing. Like, you're
100%.
back squatting, 300, 400, 500 pounds on some days. 30 pounds is a little drop in the bucket.
Exactly.
So, you guys who are squatting like 130, 140, 150, you might lose like 10 pounds, 20 pounds on your first week. Who cares?
Right. Yeah. Who cares? And it's not like we're going to the gym and maxing out anyway. We're not going to get maxed out week 1. We're going to be doing reps.
Right. We're going to be progressing you into that max week. We'll probably progress for like 6 weeks to a max, and we'll do our PR, because actually it's time to do PRs again. So we'll probably progress you up for about 6 to 8 weeks, and then that 8 week, you're probably going to be stronger. You're going to hit PRs. Like, there's no doubt in my mind.
Right.
You're going to crush PRs, because you're going to look at those folders. you're going to see those numbers and you're going to be like, okay, cool. So I got 8 weeks to get to that. No problem. Like that's no problem. You guys are strategic. We're going to help you get strategic. We're going to implement that level up program so you get even more strategic so that you crush past your goals. And then guess what? It's time to set new goals. And then you're going to look back at quarantine next year and you're going to be like, quarantine, schmorantine. That made me better.
Yeah, you're going to laugh at it. You're going to want another quarantine.
Yeah, give me another quarantine. I got stronger, actually. You're going to be like, I want more.
Straight up. And I just think that we all, like, since it's over now, we realize how short of a time and how not that bad it was, right. Versus what we thought in the beginning. I mean, even I didn't really start like freaking out about it. I knew that I was going to be okay. I knew that I'm the kind of guy that's going to figure it out. Right? I know a lot of you think that way too. Like, I knew I was going to figure it out. Like, I wasn't sure when it first started kicking off, I wasn't sure what was going to happen with the gym. I mean, we didn't really talk about the Zoom workouts until we really had to talk about the Zoom workouts, right? Because we didn't know things were going to be locked down. They gave us like a week notice, 10-day notice before things were going to be completely locked down. So I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I knew, all right, I'm going to figure it out just like I always do, right? I know a lot of you have that same mindset too. So when the Zoom workouts, we decided to do the Zoom workouts, it was like, I wasn't going to be slowed down at all. I'm just going to go hard at this now, right? For those of you that are stuck at home, all right, I just got to find something else to go hard in, right? For those of you that are working more hours, all right, cool. I just got to put in more work than I did before. I'm the kind of person that is, I'm not afraid of hard work. I'm not afraid of obstacle. I'm the kind of person that pushes through that stuff. That's just my mindset and everything I do. Oh, didn't have weights. All right, I'm about to be a beast runner. I'm going to go hard at running now. Oh, don't have weights. Okay, I'm going to work on my bodyweight exercises. I'm going to be a beast at bodyweight exercises. Oh, I got light weights. I'm going to kill these 20 pounds that I have. I'm going to be able to do every single exercise with these 20 pounds. Oh, can't work out at all? All right, I'm going to get smarter then. Right? I'm sick. I got the coronavirus. I can't work out at all. All right, my brain still works. I'm going to get smarter now. Right? It doesn't matter what is thrown at me. In my head, I'm thinking, good. I like that. I'm just going to get better in some different way. So that's just been my mindset. And I feel like a lot of you have that same mindset, which is why you've lasted this long, which is why you've lasted this 12, 13 weeks. Right. Which is why now you're looking back at it. You're like, shit, that wasn't shit. Let me get another 13 weeks. I got that. I'll handle it.
Right. It's funny. It's have you read the book Extreme Ownership? It's written by Navy SEAL Jocko Willink.
Mm-hmm.
And extreme ownership. That's like, it's exactly what you just said. You own up on what's happening. You take extreme ownership. You take it on yourself and you move to a solution. It's like it's a famous one. He's like, didn't get the job you wanted? Good. Gives you more time to get better. Got fired from your job? Good. Gives you more time to get better. You broke your wrist? Good. Gives you more time to get better. It's like every negative thing that happens, he says, good. It's like, good. Gives you time to get better at this. Good. Yeah. Gives you time to sharpen your tools because you weren't ready. Good. It's time to focus on this. And that's you just reminded me of that, just that extreme ownership. You like, okay, good. I got coronavirus. Now I can work on maybe I can read a couple books. Good. I don't have heavyweights. Good. These 20s are going to crush me.
Yeah.
Or, I can't go to the gym. Yeah. Good. I'm going to work on my conditioning. Or, now I'm in a more challenging situation. Now I got to work on my nutrition. Good. Got to get back at track of my numbers. Good.
Yeah, that's actually funny that you say that because I love Jocko, and I feel like subconsciously he just influenced me just now. You know what I'm saying? Which is why it's so powerful to like read books though, right? And 100%. Like have mentors that are way further along than you. It's because you just adopt the things that they've already done, and it just becomes who you are, right?
I mean, reading has been very helpful my last several years, and just in quarantine I wasn't reading as much. Actually, I took a step back and I started working on my running. But reading is great. It's like somebody's life work went into this 300-page book or less. Like that's 300 pages of knowledge and experience, and just something that you maybe might never know about if you didn't read this book. Like picking up that book and just reading it and be like, oh wow, like reading all these experiences and like oh, it's like you're subconsciously programming yourself for good. And obviously, if you're reading for pleasure and you're reading, fiction books, cool. But I love nonfiction. I love stuff where it's somebody's telling me about their life and the challenges they've overcome. And extreme ownership is one that hit me hard, because I was always the guy that would like blame the circumstance on somebody else or something else, or I'm just too dumb, or I'm just too this, or I just can't do it. And then reading that book is like, wow, like I need to take more ownership of the things that aren't great in my life.
I 100% feel I feel that same way. I haven't read that book, but there's a lot of great other books out there that are that have influenced me in so many different ways, and it comes down to ownership. You can complain about your circumstance. You can point the finger at someone else. It's their fault why I'm this way. It's their fault why I can't do this or can't succeed, right?
It's the coronavirus's fault.
It's the coronavirus's fault. It's the cops' fault.
Right. Oh, talk about another one.
It's the white man's fault. Oh, it's the black's fault. Oh, it's the. You know what I'm saying? And that's a nice segue into this next topic we're gonna speak on. It's just all the craziness that has happened the last couple weeks, right. And we don't want this podcast to dive deeply into the politics of everything, but we're just gonna touch on it and let you guys know our mindset on this topic.
So here's the thing with me. I have chosen to stay out of politics and not watch the news for probably 10 years now of my life, because I know that the news got me more agitated. It would make me more upset. It made me angry at other people who I didn't even know, people who just associated with certain things. Right. And because my parents thought a certain way, I felt that I should. But I realized that's the biggest hunk of BS I've ever been taught in my life. And I'm grateful to have mentors that told me out of it, because seeing all this craziness right now of people arguing with each other on such a topic that should be common sense, like common sense, it drives me nuts. And seeing all the anger and the hatred towards one group versus another, that's insanity. And seeing how the news portrays certain people, that's disgusting to me, and it makes me sick. I mean, coming from you, Josh, how do you feel about that?
Just divide. And this hits home. This hits home for me,
especially for you.
It's divide and conquer. It's divide and conquer. We've all been in experiences in our lives that have brought us to this point. We all have, emotional scars, and some of us even have emotional baggage, meaning like you've got things that happen in your life that you still haven't really let go up to this point. And when it comes to this whole movement and everything that's going on, a lot of Blacks have this emotional, they're scarred because of the way that they may or may not have been treated in their past, and with everything going on, what has happened is, the media is smart. The higher ups who are controlling everything, that control the media, they're very smart, and they know the easiest way to control someone is to control their mind. And so the media is cherry picking and making the hate war. There's a lot of powerful activists out there that are doing good things, doing great things in the community, doing great things for people that look like them, who are doing great things for people who don't look like them. There are organizations that are helping out minorities, and it's run by whites. You know what I'm saying? There's organizations that are doing a lot of powerful things, and the media is just honing in on all of the hate. You see like, all right, the cop beating this guy, the cop wrongfully shooting this guy, Blacks doing this to this. It's white versus Blacks, it's minorities versus cops. It's just a lot. It's just all hate. It's all hate. And then you have a whole group of people who are kind of like the sheep to the issue, meaning they don't really know what they're fighting for or standing for, but they are willing to follow the masses. They're willing to follow. And it's also part of the problem, because you've got a lot of these people on the internet, on Facebook, on Instagram, and they are fighting with other people that have a difference of opinion. And what's happening is there's a narrative painted that if you have a difference of opinion with someone about something with someone, then you should hate this person. That this person should pretty much die. You know, and you're seeing a lot of people, you know, different races, cops versus this, white versus black, all this kind of stuff, and they're hating each other. And it's just, it creates this cycle of hate, right? Creates this cycle of hate, because in order for us to move forward, right, you've got to rid yourself of that hate that is deep in a lot of you, right? A lot of you have it deep inside of you, and you just can't let it go. You just can't let it go. And it's just really sad for me to see, you know, I'm seeing it personally. I'm seeing it in my own family, you know, about, you know, just seeing my own family kind of like argue on certain topics, right? I'm seeing it with my friends on social media, and I've tried my best to stay away from it, but it's pretty much everywhere in my life right now. And, you know, never in my entire life will I ever play the victim for whatever circumstance I've been put in, right? Never in my life will I ever play the victim. But you have a lot of people playing the victim, right, when they really don't know what's going on. And like I said, there's a lot of good people that are doing great things out there, doing great things for people who are less fortunate, doing great things for people of color, right? And it comes down to strategizing and being an action taker and a leader on these topics versus being a follower and just seeing one post that's about this, and now that's all you know about the topic, and then you just spew out hate. Well, I saw this video and all cops are bad. Every single one of the cops are bad. Or I saw this video of a black guy doing this, all blacks are bad. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it sounds crazy to some of you listening to this right now, but that's how a lot of people think out there, is that they have hate towards another person because of a difference of opinion. And guys, racism is terrible, right? Fitness Forward has a very diverse community, by the way, right? We've got Asians in there, we've got Indians, you know, Middle East, we've got blacks in there, we've got a bunch of different people, and I'm sure that all of us have dealt with some kind of racism in our lives, right? Right. You know,
and it's funny. It's like, it's based on how you look.
Right. It's like it's based on how you look.
It blows my mind.
Before we started this podcast, John and I were talking a little bit about it, and you know, systematic racism. We could talk about that. We could make some valid points of why there are things that need to be changed. Right. We can make some valid points, but never in my life am I going to sit here and play the victim and not take control of my life and do the things that I want to do despite the way I look, right? That just sounds ridiculous to me. Like, all right, I'm just not going to be able to do this because of the way that I look, right? Because of the color of my skin, I'm not going to be able to have success. I'm not going to be able to reach the same heights as someone that may look a little bit different than me, right? I'm never, that just sounds ridiculous to me, right? And there are people who are in way worse situations than I'm in. Obviously, there's people that are in way worse situations, and I'm not knocking that. But me personally, you know, if you want to see change, if you want to see real change, it's going to start from working on yourself, right? It's going to start from being the best person that you can be, right? Someone who has influence, someone that when they come in encounter with other people, they leave that interaction and that person is now better, you know? That person looks up to you because of the way you carry yourself and the way that you lead and just who you are as a person. And if we had more people like that, and those were the people that were leading, that were, you know, in these protests, right?
Right. Leading the country, you know, or leading the country.
The country, all of it. Imagine how powerful it would be. Like, imagine if there was no one on the internet right now posting, well, fuck this person and all this kind of stuff. And like, you know, there's people who have been friends and now they're not friends because of this issue. You know, there's people that have been family and now they're not considered family because of this issue. And the reason I'm saying this is because, like I said, this hits home for me. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta end that cycle of, hey, I'm sorry, John, I'm not letting you speak right now. But
no, you're good, man. It's on.
It comes down to, there's a lot of issues. There's a lot of things I'm not speaking of right now. I'm not going to talk about because I don't want this podcast to be a platform for some of the other things that are going on. I just want to, you know, talk lightly about this, but it comes down to ridding that hate inside your body. Got to rid that hate, and you've got to be more understanding of what people are going through. right? There's so many different movements that have happened, right? There's you know, rights for gays, rights for transgender, you know, and even though, you know, certain laws have been passed that give these people more give them more rights and give them a platform to like be themselves, right? There's still issues with those communities, right? There's still people that are prejudiced against, or who don't like gays, right? There's still people that don't like transgendered. There are still people out there there's still kids out there that have a grandpa who is racist, right? Or who have a dad.
Everybody's got that racist.
Yeah, exactly. Who that has a dad who may be racist or prejudiced in a kind of way, right? It's always going to exist because there's some people out there that just don't like other people. Right? There's something in them. I can't explain it. I don't know why people are racist. I don't know why people have those kind of thoughts in their head. You know, I'd be lying if I've never been prejudiced against somebody in my life. Right. You know what I'm saying? Had a preconceived notion before I've gotten to know somebody. Right? I'd be sitting here lying if I said I'm up here perfect. And I know that every one of those protesters can say the same exact thing. You'd be lying if you've said you've gone your whole life without, you know, being prejudiced against someone. But like I said, you come to a point of maturity where you develop this perspective and you can really see people beyond the color of their skin, beyond maybe some of the mistakes they have made in their life. And you don't generalize a whole entire group of people based on maybe one experience that you've been through, right? Maybe you've dealt with someone that looks like me, right? That has made you feel a kind of way, right? That's made you feel uncomfortable or has done something to you, you know, even deeper than that. Right? You don't judge a whole group of people for it. Just like I know there's a lot of good cops out there. Just like, you know, my parents are white, right? So I'm a black man. My parents are white. Most of my family is white. How the fuck would I sit up here and say that all white people are bad and they don't care about me? You know what I'm saying? They're judging me based on the color of my skin. I have friends that are cop. I have a friend that is black who's a cop. Right. You know what I'm saying? I got a friend who is white who's a cop. Right. So how am I gonna sit up here and judge a whole group of people? Now, like I said, coming together for a cause that is positive, that's powerful. That shows community. That shows that you care about something greater than yourself. I love seeing peaceful protests that are, you know, organized and they're actually, you know, a lot of these protests, they're out there talking about topics to the protesters. You know, you got someone with a mic and they're talking about positive things on how they can make change. It's a lot of it's not just people marching and destroying shit and, you know, burning shit down. A lot of it's a group of people coming down. They're all on a knee and you've got someone with a mic, someone who has real influence and that can articulate themselves properly, that can come off in a way that can influence people. The leaders are out there and they're, you know, spreading the good word of positivity. You know what I'm saying? How we can really make change. And that's what the protest should be, right?
And that, you know what, that's really all I see in person. Mm-hmm. On the news, I see the exact opposite, which is a BS lie. Like I driving up to LA this last week and just being around that community is like all I saw was peaceful protests. I didn't see one person. I saw many demonstrators, like in the area, even in San Diego, down San Diego, not one person was getting out of hand. And there was always a group of police right next to them, just chilling, talking to them. Like nothing crazy and evil, like it's true evil that you see on TV from the losers who are looting and who are causing problems. You don't see that shit. That's the bottom of the barrel. You know, all I saw were people being positive out there in real life, not on TV, not on the media, not on the internet. And that's why I don't even go on social media very much. Like I stay off it. In fact, somebody had to even tell me that this was going on. I was like, really? Like I had no idea. Like when someone's like, hey, you should talk to Josh about this, make sure he's okay. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, it's like he's still working right now. And they're like, no, the whole other thing. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I had no idea. And in my mind, I'm thinking about you, Josh. I'm like, Josh is one of the strongest characters that I know. Like, he has such a strong character. Like, he's not going to let things get him down. Like, I know, Josh, I know you in this past year. Like, I know for a fact that you're only going to work on getting better and you're never going to focus on negativity. And in my mind, I'm like, Josh is resilient. I'm like, Josh is way stronger than, seeing all the hatred. Josh is a better person than that. And it's like, I know that you're going to be okay. Like, I know that you're going to look for the opportunities to be positive and lead, because that's what leaders do. Leaders, you're never going to be in a leadership position where you're going to hear evil stuff. And if you do, that person's not going to last very long. He's going to get something bad's going to happen to him, you know? Right. And like you hit it on the head, like the leaders are out there promoting positivity, and the losers, AKA the media, is promoting all the negative stuff you see. So, you know, cutting those losers out of your life and focusing on the positive and reaching out to people who maybe really need it. Like, hey man, are you okay? Like, are you doing all right? Like, is everything okay? Like, are you affected by this? And I just knew in my heart that you were not going to be like, you're not going to be like somebody who's focusing on the negative. That's just not who you are.
Right.
So it's nice, or it's refreshing to hear the positivity, you know?
100%. Like I said, there's so many people doing great things out there, you know, promoting charities, getting in their communities, and really making a difference during this tough time. And this is like, listen guys, this is a really tough time because we have what's going on top of, you know, people being unemployed too. That's even more stuff that people are dealing with, and they're able to still come together and be peaceful for a cause that means a lot to them. That means a lot to me. Right? This means a lot to me too. Right? I want everyone to know where I stand on this topic. This means a lot to me. Right? But you have to do the best that you can you have to be the best person that you can, right? In all aspects. And that's how you're really going to be able to make change, because you're consistent on all fronts. You're consistent on all fronts, right? If you're really passionate about this topic, but you're a shit person outside of it, you know, you got no business. You have no business speaking about equality and change and how all of this. You've got no business speaking about it, because, you know, you're incongruent. You're not walking the walk. You know what I'm saying?
Like you said, it's the sheep. A lot of the sheep following the path of what they see online, and unfortunately, it's a lot of negativity online. It's like, I want to see that positive stuff. I want to see the stuff of, you know, a white guy hanging out with a black guy and giving him a freaking hug. Because that's how I am, man. I fucking give you a hug every day, Josh. You know, that's like how we are. We're brothers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's the kind of stuff that's going to promote the change. It's not constantly seeing some stupid ASS cop kneeling on this guy. Like, what the freak, man? Like, that cop should be number one executed. Like, that guy needs to go to jail, like death sentence, right? That's right. You kill somebody like that, guess what? You're either in prison for life or you get the death penalty. Like, that's how it works, man. You kill somebody, like, and all the cops are just standing around. And because there were 5 bad cops, it doesn't mean all bad. There means all bad cops. Like, I have never come in contact personally. I'm grateful that I haven't, with a cop that's physically got me scared or harassed me. I have always been respectful to everybody, the cops, every person, because I want that respect given back to me. So if you're given that disrespect, expect it back to you. And if you're a scumbag cop with stupid tattoos on them, it's like of like swastikas and stuff. Like, you see some of these guys with like swastikas on them. Like, what the hell? How did you even get on the police force? Like, your commander should be fired and everybody under you should be replaced. That's ridiculous. And you know, that's like, eliminate those losers and replace them with people who are going to bring good to the community. Like, don't keep promoting that negativity online.
Yeah. And talked about it earlier. Divide and conquer. That's what it is. Divide and conquer. The media wants you to pick sides. Not only does it want you to pick sides, but it wants you to hate the other side. Right? It wants you to have anger and remorse against the other side. Right? It wants you to fight on the internet. Right? It wants you to, you know, blacklist your friends, blacklist your family for having a difference of opinion than you. You know, blacklist a whole group of people, blacklist your law enforcement, right? They want you to be split, because together we are dangerous people, right? Leaders are dangerous people, right? The leaders are not trying to draw a line in the sand and it's us against you, right? The leaders are trying to find solutions. They are strategizing and finding solutions, not to separate us, but to bring us together, right? not to separate us, but to bring us together. That's what the leaders are doing, right? The sheep, the followers who don't know it, who are ignorant, they want to draw a line in the sand. They want to split the room. Us against you. Us against you. Who's going to come out on top, right? That's the worst way to think. That's the worst way to think, right?
Right.
That's how the losers think.
That's how losers think. And and that's why in this community here at Fitness Forward, Josh and I, that's what we want to do. We want to bring you guys together in unity and with a cause, for a greater cause, to be better, to encourage people around you. You ever hear us talk about like one person better than the other? No, we're all working it together. We're all getting there together. And like you said, it's such a well mixed group in our program, all different ethnicities from all over the world, every skin tone color you got, from people who are just all cultures and all differences. We all come together. We're all here for this common good. Like, we want to get better. We want to work on ourselves. And the community that we have here is this is what success is made of.
Yeah, 100%. And I also wanted to thank a lot of you, because a lot of you actually reached out to me and made sure that I was good. And that really meant a lot to me, because, this is bigger than working out for me. Fitness Forward is bigger than just lifting weights. A lot of you, everyone at Fitness Forward, you are all great people. You all are great people, and I appreciate you all working hard and being consistent and, supporting the gym. And, without you, there are some gyms right now that are opening back up. They weren't able to to stick it out. And because of your support, your constant support, we've been able to keep our doors open and provide more for you guys. But it all comes from the support from you. So I want to thank you guys for, sticking with us. And we have a lot of great things coming for you. And we're just ready to get this ball rolling again with the gyms opening up. So,
heck yeah. Stronger, better, more unified. Like, I'm grateful for everything that's going on.
Yeah,
I'm grateful for the coronavirus. I'm grateful for all this crazy stuff, because I see that the community is only going to get stronger, and the bad people will be weeded out, and the good people are strong and will be brought together and are going to be the leaders. I want you guys to be your leaders of your own community, in your own households, in your own family units, in your own friend units. Like, be that positive support to everybody around you, not just in Fitness Forward, but to every person around you, whether it's black, white, Asian, whatever, Indian, no matter what color, no matter what age, no matter what job, profession, from janitor to the president of the United States, you should respect everybody. Like, if you have hate in your heart, you've been affected negatively. Take that hate out, man. Take 100%. That hate out, replace it with positivity and building the other person up. If you can build somebody up, they will never forget you, and they will always remember, this guy built me up when I was down. This guy built me up, told me to focus on positivity when I was focusing on everything. He made me extreme ownership, baby. I took ownership of my own issues, and he made me focus on better. And that's what Josh and I are here. We want to be that positive light source to you.
Right. And with all this crazy stuff going on, John and I'm happy. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm not letting all this stuff bring me down, and I'm not going to throw a pity party for myself. I'm not going to throw a pity party as your coach. It's all about overcoming these obstacles and taking yourself to that next level, right? Taking yourself to that next level. That's what it's about. And all this stuff is just making us stronger. And like I said, I'm thankful for so much. I'm thankful for so much in my life. Where I'm at this point, I'm thankful for my friends, my family, this gym, the community at the gym. I'm thankful that I'm able to work out. I'm thankful that I'm healthy. There's a lot of great things going on in each of your lives, right? And you just got to focus on the great things that are going on and improve the things that you think you need to improve on. And like I said, you just got to continue to get better. And you always have the support of the community. You always have the support of John and I. And we're here to serve you. We are here to make you better and take you to that next level. And that's what this is about. Getting better.
100%. And we appreciate you guys. We're excited to get opened up this upcoming week.
Yeah, I'm fired up, man. I'm fired up. Let's go.
Let's do it. We're gonna get you guys working out, safe environment, kicking butt, continue to get stronger, upgrading the program. I'm excited to see you guys face to face again, and look forward to that this week.
I miss you all. You know, I miss seeing you face to face. Right? Hey, listen. You know, for those of you that are coming into Fitness Forward, I know we have social distancing in place and all that, but check it out. I'm not going to be walking around the gym all timid and like, oh my God.
Right.
If you come, listen, let's get this straight right here. If you come to the gym, be ready to work. I don't want you walking around the gym all timid, touching weights like, oh my God, maybe it has the virus. Nah, come in to work, put in that work, because I'm going to be, listen, I'm ready to push you. You know,
that's right.
I'm ready to push you. I've got, you know, my fire was already pretty big, right? But this, knowing the gym's opening up next Friday, someone just came in, poured a bunch of gasoline on that fire just now. So, you know,
that's right.
I'm ready to go, and I know you all are too.
Love you guys. You guys have any commentary? Feel free to pop in, say hello.
Yeah,
Jacqueline, Monica.
Jacqueline's been telling me she's coming to the podcast every single week, but looks like this is the first time she showed up.
Yeah, that's funny.
I woke up in time.
What's up, Jacqueline?
What up?
I'm glad I woke up in time. That was a good podcast.
You woke up in time, yeah. 10 o'clock. You need some sleep in time. You know, you're going. I know.
Jacqueline is one of the members that has been consistent. Like, I don't think Jacqueline's maybe missed 1 or 2 days this whole entire lockdown. So she's been coming to every single workout. Say that again, Jacqueline?
I missed a week when I was sick. But that was
okay. Good job. You know, you needed that week off. You know?
So
1 week.
What's been something you think you've improved on during this time, Jacqueline, as far as your fitness goes?
Definitely my push-ups.
Nice.
I've noticed
that body weight. Focusing on the body weight exercise.
Yeah, and also my side lunges. I'm like able to get more depth on those.
Nice. That's a hard one.
Yeah. Consistent. Yeah. I know you're ready to get back into the gym.
I'm so excited.
Me too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you said that we don't get sick. But you said we don't get sick, right? We don't get sick much because we work out so much. We're
right.
Healthy.
You're healthy. You're taking your greens drink. You're moving around. I know you're drinking that greens drink.
Yep.
Right. And you
have
a positive mindset, which also keeps you from getting sick.
100%. Staying away from that stress and that negativity.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Well, I love you. Love you guys. I'll be sending you updates on as far as like the equipment stuff and then what we're going to be doing as far as getting everybody back in. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the gym. And
thank you so much. Thanks so much for embracing us and letting us be part of that family.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. That's what it's about. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Well, you guys have a great day, and we'll be seeing you next week in Zoom and in person.
All right, bye. Love you guys.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.